Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Faujis Academy and Willy. So we are closing in for our AFCAT examination, and it's just like 4 5 days remaining for our examinations. So with that in mind, I wanted to come up with a numeric ability revision video. And here are the 10 questions which I think it could be important. You may or may not get these questions in the examinations, but if you know how to solve this, it will boost a lot of confidence in you, and it will help you a lot, even from the learning perspective as well. So without any further ado, let's dive into it. So the first question over here is that's the 100th question basically. 15 men can complete a task in 10 days. Okay, so let me write it over here. 15 men, 10 days. Okay, in how many days 20 men complete the task? Okay, easy, very easy question. Okay, so first let's try to understand it this way. If it is 15 men, so if it had to be done by only one man, then how much days it would have taken? 10 into 15, because earlier there were 15 men and now the number of men have decreased. So automatically, sorry, the number of men have decreased, so automatically here the number of days will increase, right? And that's why we have written this 10 into 15. That's why it has been written in what? Multiplication. And now if we have like 20 men, so even less time will require than this. So if we write this 20 in multiplication, this days part will get increased. So that's why we'll be writing it in the what? Denominator. So what is the answer? 7.5 days is your answer, right? And now those who want to do it a little bit more faster, they can observe it that wherever men and days, okay, these two are what? Directly proportional or indirectly proportional? Directly proportional are the cases wherein one and the other variable both moves in the same direction. If men increases, days will also increase. But then over here, the reality is that when the number of men are increasing, the number of days to complete the task will reduce, right? So M is inversely proportional to D. So that is also written as in the form of M is inversely proportional to D, and that means M is equal to, let's introduce a constant whenever we get rid of this proportional sign, we introduce a constant, let's call it as K and D, right? So now you have observed it that M and D are written in a, you know, in a crisscross manner. Okay, they are not written together. Okay, so now let's try to understand it. Let's try to solve it, with a trick. So the trick is that 15 men. Okay, and now how many men have become 20? Now what did I say you? These two are the men and days are inversely proportional, right? So if they are inversely proportional, will you be writing number of days corresponding to 15 in over here or over here? Okay. Had it been directly proportional, we would have written it over here in the numerator. But since it is inversely proportional, we will write it in the denominator, right? So we'll write 15 men, 10 over here. That's it. Over here, how many days? We don't know. Let's write it as D. So what is the value of D? The value of D is 10 into 15 divided by 20, and again you get 7.5, right? So think about it. Think about it. Look at the question all over again and try to understand what do I mean by saying directly and indirectly proportional. If you are not getting it, let me try to tell you in a little bit more easier fashion. Okay. So up till this you are clear. Okay. M is equal to K by D. Okay. In the first scenario, M1 is equal to K divided by D1, which means is equal to what? K is equal to M1 into D1. M1 is 15, day 1 is 10, right? Similarly, we could have written K is equal to M2 D2, which is equal to men how much? 20, D2 we don't know, just write it as D2. Over here, it's a equation 1, over here, it's a equation 2. Now, equating the value of K's on both the sides, basically M1 D1 will be equal to M2 D2, which is what basically you must be learning that this kind of formula out there in the different kind of formula book, right? This is what they tell you. And how exactly we reach it? This is how we reach it. So M1 D1 is 15 into 10, which is equal to 20 into D2, right? So which means D2 is equal to 15 into 10 divided by 20, which is nothing but 7.5. I hope, ladies and gentlemen, this one is pretty much clear to you. Please rewind the video to watch it again. If you are not getting it, you will get it in a one or two iteration. Okay. So without wasting any further time, let's move on to the next question. Easy one, again an easy one. Many of the chaps, many of the aspirants, they are like, trigonometry has been introduced and this and that and whatnot. They have been talking about. So in the right hand side, just write, okay, just write the value sine 0, 30, 45, 60, 90. So what is the value of sine? 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2, 1. Okay. Cos. Just, we'll do what? We'll just reverse it. Okay. We'll just write it from here. 1 root 3 by 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by 2 and 0. Okay. What did we observe over here? What did we observe over here? Let me change the color. Okay. Cos x minus y is equal to root 3 by 2. That means root 3 by 2 where it is? Over here it is. That means cos 30 is equal to root 3 by 2. Right? And cos 30 degree is what? That means x minus y is equal to your 30 degree. Right? And now similarly over here, let's pick up sine x plus y is equal to 1 by 2. So sine x plus y sine, where exactly the value of sine is half? At 30 degree. So it is basically your sine 30 is equal to 1 by 2. Okay. That means what? X plus y is equal to how much? 30 degree. Okay. And this is your second equation, right? So if we solve these two equations, what will we get? This is 1 and this is 2. So x minus y is equal to 30. X plus y is equal to 30. Okay. This y got cancelled and 2x is equal to 60. That is why x is equal to your 30 degree. What they have asked, then the value of x, where x lie between 0 to 90, right? Both excluded, both this value 0 and 90 excluded, right? So what is the value of your x over here? The value of x over here is 30. So majority of the questions that we are solving have been taken from 2022 first session of the examination. Rest of the questions are really easy peasy, so I did not want to do it. Honestly, you can do it very easily. These are the questions which the aspirants might feel little dicey, so I thought I should do it for you, right? So let's move on to the next question. So in triangle XYZ, let's build a triangle XYZ. Okay. So over here it is X, Y, and Z. L, M, N are midpoints of side XY and XZ. Okay. XY and XZ. Okay. So L and M are the midpoints of XY and XZ respectively. R is a point on the segment LM. R is a point. Let me change the color. Yeah. So R is a point on the segment LM. There is a point R on LM such that LR, LR and RM is 1 is to 2. Let's put it over here. So what it is saying that LR is to RM is equal to what? 1 is to 2, right? If LR is equal to 3, okay. So if these two LR and RM are in the ratio of 1 is to 2, LR they have already given 3, so RM will be how much? 6, right? So basically LR is equal to 3 and RM is equal to 6. LR and RM are in the ratio 1 is to 2 and LR, the value they have already given is how much? 3, right? So similarly, what will happen? RM will become your 6 and LR become your 3. So from here, LM, what is LM? Which is nothing but basically LR plus RM, which is nothing but 9. Okay. Now, now over here we come across something called midpoint theorem, right? Midpoint theorem. What this midpoint theorem say is that whenever in a triangle, let's say XYZ, whenever we join the midpoints of XY and XZ, this value, the line segment which is created, it is parallel to the other side. That means LM is parallel to other side and also half of it. Okay. So LM is equal to half of YZ. So we already have this LM ka value right now. It is 9 and half into YZ, which means YZ is equal to 9 into 2, basically nothing but your 18 centimeter will be your answer. Right, ladies and gentlemen, this midpoint theorem is an important theorem that everyone should learn and know. There are only two main takeaways from over here is that the LM, this LM is parallel to this one, okay, and this LM will be the half of this one. On any given scenario, let's say A, B, C, if we take it A, B, C, and PQ. So P is the midpoint of AB and Q is the midpoint of AC. So in that case, PQ is parallel to BC and what? PQ is half of BC, right? This is how these are the only couple of key points that you should remember. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next question. Question number 4 for the day. A few of the chapters are so damn easy that you can easily cash in good amount of marks from there. And these are the chapters which I've tried to make it in a way that it is a combination of both an easy and tough type of question. So I just thought that in that particular paper you might get, you might feel dicey about such sort of questions. So I just tried to, help you guys over here on this front, right? So it is saying list the price of bike is 15% more than its cost price. Okay. Basically, the meaning of this is that the listing price of a bike is 15% more than CP. Okay. So can we assume CP, that means cost price, is equal to 100? That means what? List price, okay, list price or marked price. Okay, whenever you go to a mall, whenever you go to somewhere XYZ places or shop, you will having a tag. Okay, and over and above that, they will give you discount. Like fine, we give you 10% discount, 20% discount, and something like that. So what is your listing price or marked price over here is 15% more than its cost price. If 15% more than its cost price, what did I teach you? If 15% more, if we are talking about 15% more, that can also be written as 1.15. Okay. So otherwise you want to do it a longer calculation, you find out the 15% of 100, which is nothing but 15, and then you add it to 100, which is another 115. Okay, which is nothing but 1.15. Okay, so 1.15. So 115 is your list price. Let's write it like this, and CP is equal to 100. Okay, cost price is equal to 100. It is sold at a discount of 20%. Okay, now this discount will happen. Now this discount will happen from where? From the listing price. Okay, 20% discount means how much? Okay, how much did you sell it for? Like, had it been 100, you gave 20% discount, that means 80 remaining. 80% remaining, that means 0.8 remaining. This is what I've been talking about throughout my classes, this multiplying factor. This is what you need to remember, this multiplying factor. The usage of this is everywhere. Okay, percentage, ratio, proportions, here, there, decimal fractions over there also you can use, right? Okay, so 80% is nothing but 0.8%. Okay, this was the exact pain that we were taking to try to understand this multiplying factor. Okay, so 115, you retrieved how much money? Okay, 88 plus 4, that means 92. Okay, you do this calculation, the answer is 92. Okay, and this will be your basically your selling price, right? Just do the calculation, 115 into 0.8. How much is that? 11 into 8, that means 88 plus 40, that means 92, right? Okay, so 92, he bought it for 100 and sold it for 92. Bought it for 100 and sold it for 92. How much loss he got? Loss he got of 8. So how much of percentage loss he got? So percentage, this value will be calculating on what? Cost price. So cost price was our 100. So 8 by 100 into 100, which is nothing but is equal to your 8% is your answer. Easy one, very easy one, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on to the next question. It's nothing. You just have to think about it. You just have to think from a perspective. You just have to put yourself into the question. Just put yourself into the question. See what is happening. You bought it for 100, 15% marked up. Okay, 100 you bought, 115 you gave the price, 20% you discounted on that. Okay, if you give discount on higher number, you know, you are only increasing 15% of 100, but 115 you are giving 20% of discount. So obviously you will be having loss. Just try to think about this what I have said. Okay. So moving on to the next question again from time and work, a very important chapter over here. If a person can do a work, let's name it as A. Okay, 7 days, 9 hours. Okay, and there's a person B who does it in 6 days and 7 hours each. How long they will take to do the work if they do it together for 8 hours? That means A plus B, 8 and 2.5 hours each, right? Okay. So now, the confusion is that there's like days and hour, days and hour, days and hours. Okay. So let's just make it in a simplistic form. Okay. Let's just try to get it in a form which is easy for us to calculate. Let's just try to solve it, in a way that that it's easy for us to solve, right? Okay. So if a person can do a work in 7 days of 9 hours, 7 days of 9 hours. So that means how much hours total he worked? 63 hours he worked, right? And how much hours this chap works? 42 hours this chap worked. Together they will be working for 8 hours and 2 by 5, 8 and 2 by 5 hours. That means nothing but your how much? 42 by 5, which is nothing but your 8.4 hours they'll be doing, right? So basically A completes the work in 63 hours and B completes the work in 42 hours. So if they work together, so how much time they will take? What did I teach you? How did I teach you? LCM method. Okay. So LCM method is that we are assuming total work. Let's write it over here. Total work. Okay. We won't do something like 1 by 63 plus 1 by 42. Right? We won't do something like that over here. Instead, we'll try to find what the total work is. And what did I teach you? That to find the total work, we'll get the LCM. So get the LCM of this and this. Okay. So how much is that? 21, 84, 126. Okay. You take the LCM over here. 63 into 42. Okay. You take the LCM. 21, 3 ja, 4. Sorry, it's 2. Okay. So 21 into 6 is 126. So 126 is your LCM. That means your total work is your 126 unit. Let's write it that way. Okay. So if A takes 63 hours to complete 126 unit, so that means A is working 2 unit of work per hour, right? And and B is taking how much? 42 hours to do 126 units. So that means B is faster. A is taking 63 days. But B is taking only 42 days to complete this amount of total work individually. So that means B is doing 3 units of work every single hour, right? So together in 1 hour they will do how much? 5 unit of work, right? So how much of work they do together every single? They do it together for 8.4 hours a day. So that means 5 unit is done every single hour. So 5 into 8.4 is how much? Okay, that is 42. 42 unit of work is being done by both of these chaps. Okay, by both A and B, right? Okay, 42 units of work are being done by both A and B in 8 and 8.4 hours, right? So 8.4 hours in a one single day it will take. So how much of total work that needs to be done? 126 divided by 43, that means 3. So which means what? Both of them will have to work for 8 and 8.4 hours one day, 8.4 hours another day, and again 8.4 hours another day. That means what? They will finish off the work in 3 days. Right, ladies and gentlemen? Please rewind the question to understand what we have done. It's very easy. Okay. It's very easy. We are not departing from anything that we have learned. We are only talking about what we have learned. Okay. We just have to find the aspirant, the chaps out there, they will get confused with this 8 and 2 by 5 hours. Okay. So is it like 8 days, 2 by 5 hours or something like that? Okay. When I was confused for the first time when I saw this question. Okay. So 8 and 2 by 5 hours means what? 8 and 2 by 5 is like this. Okay. They are not just asking you time and work question. Using this question, they have also asked you what? Decimal and fractions over here as well. Right? 8 and 2 by 5 is written in this way. Okay. And if you do not want to solve it, just write it 8 point. 2 by 5 is how much? 2 by 5 is how much? Nothing but 0.4. So that means you write it 8.4. Right? Let's move on to the next question. This question is about, the least value. Okay. This is a very good question, I must say. This is a very, very great question. Used to come in the time when I used to prepare for all my CAT, and you might come across such kind of question in CDS as well. But they have asked this question more specifically in 2022 first session of examination. Okay, I referred a book and I got it from there. Okay, so it is like that. Okay. So easy formula wherever you get something like x cos square x plus y sine square x, sorry, cos x square x. Okay. or something like that. X sine square, cos square, tan square, anything you get. Okay, in this format, there's something x, and there is some square of some trigonometric, value, and over here is another square of something like that. Okay, just remember that maximum value of such expression in most of the cases are infinity. Okay, and the lower or maybe even the higher, even the maximum value or minimum value, there has been the changes of sign. It will be based on the requirements. Okay, the only thing you are supposed to remember over here is that to find the least value, and for that matter, even if they ask you what is the highest value, and instead of this cosec square sine square x, or some other expression is given, okay, some other value, trigonometric values have been given, just do one thing, just put a root. Okay, just put in x and y, that's it. Okay, root under x into 25. Okay, which is what, this is 200, that means 10 root 2, 10 root 2 is your answer. Okay, now you guys must be confused as to, sir, how did you do it? How did you get it? This, that, and this problem. Okay. You must have studied maxima, minima in 11th, 12th, or maybe in 10th. Okay. So in some boards it will be in 11th, 12th, and then some boards it will be in the 10th standard. Okay. So if I ask you what is the maxima, what is the maximum or minimum, we don't know what is it is maximum or minimum of x square plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 0. What is the maximum value of this expression? Okay. So in that case, what we do is that we differentiate. Okay, we differentiate the value of x, so which is nothing but 2x plus 4 is equal to 0. That means x is equal to minus 2. Okay. Now, if you look at this expression a little bit more closely, what we actually understand over here is that the maximum value of this expression is infinity, right? Why? Because you put in 1 lakh, 1,000, 1 crore, 1 cr, 5 cr, 9 lakh, 99,000, any random value you put, this number will just keep on increasing, right? Now, so that means maximum value is infinity. So that means one is infinity, that means the other will be your minimum value. Okay. Other will be your minimum value. So x, the first level of differentiation, you find that, equate that with 0. Whatever the value of x comes out, just put that value into the equation or expression. Now put the value of x is equal to minus 2. So that means 4 minus 4 plus 4 is equal to 0. That means, sorry, you don't have to, we don't really have to write this equal to 0 as such. Okay. Let's just write it like this. Okay. So the f of x minimum will be how much? 4. 4 will be your answer. Similarly, the thing over here, what is happening over here, I do not want you guys to confuse, and that is why I have told you this trick. Okay, the whole mechanism, how exactly it is happening is that this value, okay, this value, it is first what? It is first differentiated, okay, in form of theta. Okay, and then some value comes. Okay, and then some value comes, and this value you equate that to 0. Okay, and again from that some value comes, and you will use that value, that theta value, or maybe some sine theta, cos theta, or something like that you will get, and you will put that value over here to get this answer, right? So this is what it is happening. I do not want you to get confused. So just remember maximum, minimum, this, that, whatever they ask you cosecant square, sine square, and things like that. Okay, just remember this. Just remember this root under a square. A square is how much? Like this. Okay. Your a square is this, x and y is this. Okay. So root under x square plus y square. Okay. Yeah. So it was, sorry, 25 square and not 10 square. Okay. My mistake. Okay. So that means 625 plus 64. That we just put it under the root. This is 9, 8, and 6. One moment. Sorry. My mistake, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, the formula over here is root under 8 into 25 and not 8 square into 25 square. Apologies for that, guys. Yeah. So if you solve this, you will get root under 200. You will be getting 100 into 2. You just take 100 out. So 10 root 2 is your answer. Okay. So maxima, minima, maximum value, minimum value, whichever comes as far as your trigonometric ratios are concerned, just use this formula root under A into B. Right, guys? So one or two questions in your examinations will be like this, a little bit dicey. You might want to respect it, but if you know it, if you know the formula, I'm not a very big fan of formula, but I told you how exactly we are coming up to this relation. Why we are doing like this? Okay, so if you solve it, if you calculate it that way, you do the first level of differentiation and then equate that value to 0. So whatever the trigonometry ratio you will be getting, and just try to replace that value into the given equation, the given expression that is over here in front of us, and yeah, we'll get the answer. Okay. Anything, any problem, any doubt, let me know. I'll for sure help you out in that front, right? So let's move on to the next question, ladies and gentlemen. In the given figure, chords P, Q, and RS intersect each other at point L. Find the length of RL. Okay. So this is your circle, right? This is your circle. Okay. This is your circle. This is L that they have already told us. This is P, this is Q, this is R, and this is X. It is 6 centimeter, it is 9 centimeter, and what? This is 4 centimeter. Basically, what they are saying is that PL is equal to 9, of course, centimeter. Okay, LQ is equal to 4 and LS is equal to 6. Okay, so there is a property of circle, and that property of circle we call it the intersection property. Okay, we call it that intersection property. Okay, in any circle, okay, something like this happens. So let's say A, O, B, C, D. Okay, so in that case, AO is equal to OB or BO, whatever you want to write, you can write it. Okay, that's not a big deal. Is this okay? This is your intersection property, right? Remember that. So what will happen over here? PL into LQ. PL into LQ is equal to LS into LR. Okay, LS they have given is 6 and LR they have asked us to find. Therefore, LR is equal to 9 into 4 divided by 6. How much is that? 2, 3, 3, 6. Right. So 6, ladies and gentlemen, is your answer to this question. You got to remember this formula. Okay. In any circle, if there is two chords, uh, you know, uh, if- so let's say over here, even if it's not, your center, I'm talking about that. Okay, these two are chords basically, right? PQ and RS are the chords. If two chords are intersecting each other, okay, intersecting each other, let's say a point called O, okay, let's say PQ and RS intersect, let's say not O, L, let's say PQ and RS intersecting each other at point L. So in that case, PL into LQ is equal to RL into LS. Okay. And how exactly and from where exactly we come across this kind of formula, this kind of conclusion? You will learn, you will realize that this triangle over here, PLR and triangle PLR and QLS. Okay, so these two are similar. Okay, I will leave that to you how exactly you want to find. Basically, these two will be your similar. Okay, the similarity is that these two are alternate interior angle, and at the same time, if these two are similar, basically we got to prove that these two are similar, right? Okay, so when we prove that these two triangles are similar, okay, this is alternate interior angle, and one more angle we need to confirm that they are similar. Okay, so one more angle we need to confirm. So basically, what happens in the majority of the cases that this RP and QS are like parallel. Okay, so if they are like parallel, so we'll be having like this equation, this angle and this angle will be your equal. Okay, basically what point I'm trying to make it out over here is that these two triangle are PL, one moment. Yeah. So the basic point that I'm trying to make is that PL and R will be similar to triangle QL and S. Okay. So this is what the basic property we have over here. And because of that, what actually happens that all these become proportional. Okay. So if you write it this way, 9 divided by L, 9 divided by 9 into 4. Okay. 9 divided by, let's say, LR. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. The similarity happens this way. Okay. Not that particular way. Okay. Let's construct this one. Okay. Okay. Right. So what is happening that one of the this is your what? This is your basically your diameter. Okay, from the same diameter, this is the same side, and at the same time, this is like 90 degree, and this is like 90 degree. Why? Because this semicircle is making an angle at the circumference of the circle. So these two angle will be your 90 degree. So in that case, what happens that these two triangles basically become your similar, and that is why their corresponding sides become similar, and that's why we come to this formula. So you just remember this and don't get yourself complicated with so much of deeper mathematics. It's not required. Not at least not now. You should know and we will know, okay, as and when we study in a much deeper fashion, let's say during CDS. So we'll talk in a more detail about it. But let's just understand that if there's something like that, AOB, COD. So AO, one moment. Yeah. So basically, nothing but over here is your yeah. I don't know what's the problem, what's happening with this. Okay. Yeah. So now we have got it. So basically from here we got to understand that AO into OB or BO is equal to your CO into DO. Okay, this is what we got to understand, right? Okay. Even these two triangles that I said was that eventually gets similar. Why? Because this is your common area, and that's why the only area which will be remaining we have is A, and this area is your B. Okay, so these two area becomes similar. Okay, proportional. Let's call it proportional, not similar. Okay. Let's move on to the next question, ladies and gentlemen. So, in this, in the given figure, BC is a chord, okay, and CD is a tangent to the point C. If angle AOC is equal to 118 degree, then what is the value of angle ACD? Okay, what is the value of angle ACD? They have asked. Angle ACD is equal to what they have asked. Okay, if it is AOC is equal to, yeah, let me put it over here. Yeah, if angle AOC, let me change the color. If angle AOC is equal to 180 degree, 118 degree, so what is the value of angle OAC? Will be equal to angle of OCA. Why? Because these two are radius, right? AO and OC are radius. So that's why angle OAC is equal to angle OCA, which is nothing but 180 degree minus 118 degree divided by 2, right? So 180 minus 20, 60, 62 divided by 2 is your 31. Okay, basically your angle OCA. Write it down. Trace the path. OCA. OCA. Okay. We are talking about this angle. This exact angle. Let me zoom it in for you. Okay. This angle we are talking about. Right. So, yeah. So in that case, what will happen, ladies and gentlemen, that angle OCA is equal to 31 degree. We have already found out. And we should also understand that OCD, okay, there's a property of a circle wherein, you know, if from the center, the radius is drawn onto the perpendicular, sorry, onto the tangent, okay, if you know from the center it touches the tangent, it makes 90 degree, okay. So which means from this property, what we get, angle OCD, okay, over cleaning disorder, okay, is equal to your 90 degree. That's me, by the way. OCD is equal to 90 degree, and angle OCA is equal to 31 degree. Okay. Therefore, what they have asked, what question they have asked, angle ACD. Okay. Angle ACD, angle A is here. Let me change the color again. ACD. Okay. And yeah, once more. So just think about this. So that's why angle ACD is equal to 90 degree minus 31 degree, which is nothing but your 59 degree. Right, ladies and gentlemen? Option A will be your answer in this case. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next question. Let's do it a little bit quickly, and we'll wind it up because we got a lot of work over there to do. Yeah, yeah. Let's make it this way. Okay. So I wanted to get some help from you in this particular question. Okay. My opinion is that the answer for this a square plus b square plus c should be 4, but such option is not there. Okay. So they have given a plus b plus c is equal to 2. Okay. If you do the whole square of it, it's like this. And a square plus b square plus c square, what's the formula? Sorry, a plus b plus c whole square is what's the formula? So the formula is a square plus b square plus c square plus 2 into ab plus bc plus ca. This is what is the formula, right? Which is basically nothing but 4, right? And we got to find the value of this. So let's just keep it over here. Now 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 by c is equal to 0. Okay. So ABC is your LCM. A is there, A is there. That means BC remaining. B is there, B is there. AC remaining. C is there, C is there. AB remaining is equal to 0. Okay. From here, AC is equal to 4 by B. That means ABC is equal to 4. Right? They have given this is the third. AC is equal to 4 by B. That means ABC is equal to 4. Right? That means this value is not your 0. And for this entire expression to be 0, this expression, this BC plus AC plus AB will have to be 0. Okay. Now putting this value over here, this entire thing will get what? 0. And what will be left with? A square plus B square plus C square is equal to 4. Okay. This one should be your answer in my opinion. You guys please verify it. Okay. Well, there is no of the option, none of the option there is 4 that they have given. Okay. You please verify it. I'm unable to find what exactly is the use of this AQ plus BQ plus CQ is equal to 28 over here. If you find it, how exactly where the flaw is there in my reasoning, write down in the comment section and let me know what exactly and how exactly we could have solved it. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the last question for the day. And yeah, many of the students, many of the aspirants, they were of the opinion that the question paper has become tough, this, that, these, those, and whatnot. Okay, so regarding that, I wanted to talk that they included trigonometry and this and that. So it's not really that tough per se. Okay, and we will see how. Okay, just because that they have included trigonometry and you did not study it properly in the 10th standard doesn't mean that the question paper was tough. Okay. So cos theta plus sine theta divided by cos theta minus sine theta is equal to 8. Okay. Okay. So what we have to do, we know in trigonometry, most of the cases try to get in terms of tan. Okay. Try to get in terms of tan because tan theta the calculation becomes easy and this is the combination of both sine and cos. Okay, when we do sine theta by cos theta, okay, we get tan theta. Okay, that's how it happens, right? So to get tan theta, what we'll have to do, we'll have to divide the entire expression. And before dividing the expression, let's do one another thing. Okay, let's try now solve it. Cos theta plus sine theta is equal to 8 cos theta minus 8 sine theta. So 8 sine theta comes over here to the left hand side. That means it becomes 9 sine theta. And then it will become over here 7 cos theta. Right. Then let's keep the sine theta over here. Let's bring the cos theta to the left hand side. It will go into the denominator like this. Okay. Let me make it like this for you. Yeah. Which is nothing but 7 by 9. Okay. Now sine theta divided by cos theta. That means how much? Tan theta is equal to 7 by 9. Okay. Now we got it in the value in the tan theta form. What they have asked, cot theta. Tan theta is 7 by 9. So cot theta is how much? Just the reciprocal of it. That means 9 by 7 is your answer. Right. Right, ladies and gentlemen, the answer to this question, cot theta will be your 9 by 7. Okay. So with this, we almost come to an end of the revision part of it. Rest all I've already told to you. There is no point doing sums like uh, easier ones. I thought that you guys might have some problem with this trigonometry and these portions, that because I did not test these portions in that detail, so just wanted to do it for you. And most of the questions that I have solved over here have been taken from 2022 first session of examination. Okay, so it will help you a lot. You will be prepared with the previous year question paper. Right, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much, and thank you so much for joining. I wish you all the best, and we'll come up with other videos soon. Okay, bye bye. Take care. Jai Hind.